Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and today I've got some great news for Unity developers, but this is still of interest to anybody that uses game development assets, because a lot of these you could use in whatever engine you want. And we have another Humble bundle from Unity. So they're running 2 this month, and the one got an extension, by the way. So the Fantasy bundle, I've covered a lot of the assets in it. It's available for 2 more weeks. It was supposed to end today, and today they launched the Unity FPS Game and Game Dev Assets bundle. Now this one has more of a sci-fi and post-apocalyptic bent to it, and instead of RPG style games, this is more focusing on first-person shooter style games. But you're going to find, in addition to a number of Unity extensions, there's also a number of just straight-out content packs that you can use in other game engines. And basically, they're normally just audio files or FBX files. The most you have to do is recreate the textures, and I've done some tutorials showing you how to do that stuff. So this here is the bundle. Now, normally when I cover Humble bundles, I break them down by the tiers, but the $1 tier is these 4 items, and you're not going to probably just buy the $1 tier. And then the mid tier with 9 items is so close in price to the full bundle at the $25 USD tier. I'm just going to treat this as if there is just one tier in this bundle, and that is $25. And quite frankly, for $25, you are not going to get a better deal than this bundle. Also want to point out, there are 2 games included in this bundle, Verdun and Tannenberg. So if you want World War I themed, more realistic style first-person shooter games, those 2 are included as well. So without further ado, we are going to jump in. Now I want to start with the star of the show, is UFPS. Now you'll notice if you click the link here, which by the way, you could drill into and get more details on everything here. I do believe this is the wrong version. So screenshot version here, you can see the screenshot is actually from, we got 2 versions. We got UFPS, the old version, and it says, okay, this is what they're linking to from Humble. But we go to the new version, matching screenshot. This is, I believe, the one you get in the bundle. I'm going to confirm it when I purchase this bundle. Also, by the way, when you purchase this bundle, there is a bit of a rigmarole you've got to go through. You have it assigned to your account. So you redeem 1 key on Unity, and then it's added to your organization. Then you have to assign each asset in the organization to your person. If you've got any questions on that, perhaps I can do a follow-up video showing you the process. But UFPS is the Ultimate FPS Framework Kit. It's basically been around since 2012. It is a template for making FPS style games. I'm definitely going to go hands-on with this particular asset, so we'll get into it with more detail. I'll also make sure that it is the most current and newest version, but I'm pretty certain it is. I think they just linked to the wrong version right now on Humble. So that is the kind of the star of the show. This is like a toolkit for making FPS style games. Next up, we have the Protofactor Sci-Fi Characters Mega Pack Volume 2. As you can see, a number of sci-fi style characters, including alien style loaders, alien style aliens, almost stormtroopers, almost, we got a lot of borderline trademark infringement. Even this robot looks familiar. I think it might be from Gundam series, or maybe Heavy Arms, not Heavy Arms. It doesn't really matter, but they look kind of familiar here. But this is kind of interesting because this pack can be used in other environments. Generally, everything here is an FBX. Even if it's fully animated, you can pull it into like the Godot game engine or Unreal Engine. I have some videos on how to do that, by the way. So even if you are not a Unity user, there are definitely assets here of interest. Also, take a look at the price. So for 10% of the price of this asset alone, you can get the entire bundle. So you realize why these assets are such a great deal, even if you're using a different game engine. All right, so next up, we got the Character Movement Fundamentals pack. So this is a collection of scripts, components, prefabs help you quickly set up characters, can move around and react to any 3D environment in a physically believable way. Next up, we have Highlight Plus. You know how you have to do the mouse over, have, selectable characters? Well, that's what this guy is all about. Then we've got Polder AI Pro, movement with 3D sensors. Offers all you need for achieving state-of-the-art movement AI with just a few clicks. Again, if there's something here you want to see me jump into in more detail, I'm going to do follow-up videos on some of the key assets here. So if there's something you really want to see, please do let me know, and I will follow up. We got Sensor Toolkit. Another thing in the same vein. Collection of 2D and 3D sensor components can be placed on your game objects and easily integrated with your scripts or playmaker actions. Convenient abstraction on top of Unity's basic sensing functionality, such as raycast, trigger colliders. So you can do things, raycast sensors, trigger colliders, spherical sensors, parametric field of view cones, steering sensors, and so on and so forth. Again, comes down to when you're setting up AI or cameras in your world, as in security cameras type setups. Then we got the Super Multiplayer Shooter template. I believe it's 2D style shooter game, but shows how to do networking. It uses the Photon Unity networking, which is the pun too. So matchmaking, smooth weapon system, AI, flexible camera system, and so on, so much more. Next up, we have Seascape procedural cityscape system. So building generator. I'll definitely check this one out, see what it looks like. So if you need to build buildings, this guy can do that for you. Next up, we have the 3D SciFi Kit Volume 3. Again, a collection of meshes in a sci-fi theme. This one can be used in whatever engine you wish. Next up, we have the Impact Physics Interaction System. So this is powerful and flexible material-based interaction system for producing interactions such as audio, particle, and decal or decal interactions. So play volume when physics objects collide with each other, play sliding and rolling sounds, emit particles on collision, leave decals behind on collision, and so on and so forth. Then we got the animated hands with weapons pack. Basically, this is a modular collection of guns and hands to hold said guns. So obviously of some use if you are creating a first-person shooter. The guns are, I think, slightly off-brand, but pretty recognizable in terms of real-world equivalents. Then we got the Last Apocalyptic World, obviously Last of Us inspired. This is another content pack for creating modular style levels. Again, there was a tool, Octave 3D. I covered the video of it from the other bundle. It's useful for actually making these kind of things. Apparently, we are just outside of Florida. So, yeah, I guess we are in Florida, just outside of St. Lauderdale there. Post-apocalyptic environment pack. Oh, they don't have one of those nice shots showing you all of the pieces together. But this one, again, is the kind of asset that can be used outside of Unity. And then we've got ProTips, a tooltip system, fully compatible with TextMesh Pro. So if you want to have tooltips in your game, PC, mouse over, hover events, and touch and hold events for mobile, that's what that one is all about. And then we have RV Smart AI, flexible, lightweight, high-performance utility AI framework. You will be able to visually model complex AI behaviors for your game with ease. I'd have to check this one out and see what it's all about. That description doesn't tell me as much as I want to know. So I will look into that one with a little bit more detail. And then we got the RV. So obviously this Varonis Vision again, Honor AI. Ultimate high-performance flexible AI solution allows you to extend provided behaviors, no coding required. Add lively characters to your game with just a few clicks. Then we've got the gun and explosion sounds. This is pretty straightforward. It's a collection of gun and explosion sounds. And this is one of those things that can be used outside. So you got 20 guns, including loops for automatic guns, gun reloading, bullet drops, ricochet, and whiz sounds, sci-fi and special explosions, impacts, rubbles, and debris. So if you're doing a shooting style game and you need the audio to go with it, here you go. Also, obviously, this is just audio files, so you can use it in whatever environment you want. Then we got the Colossal Game Music Collection, 20 high-quality music packs, over 5 gigabytes of content. So we got a ton of music available here, 5 gigabytes in fact. In this collection, you'll find more than 5 gigabytes of diverse music content styles such as fantasy, medieval, horror, casual, 8-bit, sci-fi, action, rock, metal, Asian, emotional, piano, adventure, apocalyptic, and multiple loop versions. Loop versions are kind of nice because it allows you basically to have it playing constantly in the background. Basically just means that the beginning of the sound and the end of the sound are exactly the same, so they just mesh together perfectly. Stupid phone. All right, and then we got the GUI Pro Kit Fantasy RPG. I don't know how this one showed up. This might have been a mistake on my behalf, but because I think this was in the other bundle, so we'll just move on from that one. And then we got the SciFi Gun Sounds. Again, another collection of audio. This one is more on the sci-fi, 70 effects in this particular case. And then we got the SciFi Weapons Arsenal. So if you are looking for sci-fi weapons, a bunch of models available here. Again, usable outside of Unity as well. And then we have the footsteps and folly sounds. Again, a collection of footstep noises. You got things like the sound of walking on concrete, dirt, mud, metal, ice, wood, and so on. So again, if you're creating that shooter and you got a person that's walking around and they walk in a hallway, then they walk outside and so on, you've got all the different folly sounds for footsteps available there. And then we've got the Desert Environment Town and Palace Citadel. Again, another environment pack. These, again, can be used in whatever engine you so wish. And then we get the I don't know. Oh, they got a space here. TPS, third-person shooter system and vehicle physics. Easily create third-person games with fluid and realistic locomotion, weapon systems, vehicle systems, and much more. Probably another interesting one for me to check out if you're interested. Again, the one that you particularly want to see me cover, do let me know. I can generally get about a half a dozen of these in before the bundle is up. Hopefully, help you out decide if the bundle is right for you. And then we got the shooting range interior, another environment pack. This one is shooting gallery. Ironically, Unity gave away a very similar, Unreal gave away a very similar environment to that. And that is it. That is the bundle. So it's the FPS Games and GameDev Assets bundle. Again, if you are looking at this as a non-Unity developer, the things of use to you, obviously there's 2 video games here, and then this, that are all of use, only in the Folly footsteps. So about half of the assets here could be used in whatever game engine you want. It generally boils down to, if there is a single asset in here, it justifies the entire $25 spend. And if there is something here you want to see me cover, please do let me know. Again, this one I know is the star of the show, UFPS, the Ultimate FPS. I'll do a hands-on with it for sure. This one looks pretty interesting as well. I've always liked procedural city builders, so I'm going to check that out on my own, and if I do like it, I will share it with you. Physics interaction, there's actually some really cool stuff here. There's more here than I was expecting from their preview. Also, the third-person shooter system sounds interesting as well. So if there's something here that you specifically want to see me cover over the next weeks before this bundle is done, or again, if you pick it up and you want to know about it, I might be able to show you a bit of like a getting started sort of approach to it, what exactly the asset's for. So that is the Unity FPS Games and GameDev Assets bundle. If you buy it through my link down below, you can dedicate a portion of it to support Game from Scratch. By the way, if you do that, thank you very much. It helps a ton. And if you're not a Unity developer and you're not into these assets, I'm sorry they take up so much of the channel's bandwidth. Don't worry, I still do videos other than this stuff. It may not feel like it right now. It's just when there's just so much content out there and it's such a great deal, I have to cover it. So I know if you're a non-Unity person, it can get a little overwhelming. I apologize for that. Another 2 weeks, and then we'll be done, I promise. So, great little asset bundle here, Unity FPS Games and GameDev Assets. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if there's something there specific you want to see me cover. And, yeah, that's it. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.